Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Yes, it's Monday, so it's my poetry day. This is called Fire by Judy Brown. What makes a fire burn is the space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight can douse the flames, almost as surely as a pail of water would. So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between as much as the wood. When we're able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile on the logs, then we can come to see how it is fuel, an absence of fuel together, that makes fire possible. We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because there is space with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way. So don't pack those logs of your passion in too tightly, give them some space. All right, we're still working on the disappointing affirmations. Maybe by the end of the month they'll be gone forever, but here they are. Before you judge someone else, try to keep in mind that you're probably a piece of shit too. Ooh, ouch, but for the disconfirming people, they like that, right? All right, for my journaling friends, your inner monarch, your inner ruler, your inner sovereign, what I call the king and queen archetypally, where do you hold court? Where do you feel most comfortable stepping into your power and dispensing choice, justice? Where do you rule? Let me know. And where do you abdicate? We all have places where we give up our power or project it onto other people, don't want to take the hot potato, we pass it quickly. So let me know, where do you step into your power, and where do you choose to back off and act like I don't have any power? Well, this is too much for me. Now, my teacher BKS Iyengar says that yoga is character building. It draws forth and unfolds the latent potential of every individual. It develops the gifts and the talents, the best qualities of each person. And when you bring discipline like that into your life, you see not only your weaknesses, but your strengths. Then you become much more conscious, almost perfectly conscious of your thoughts, your words, your actions. And then you have, of course, a working knowledge of your own body from direct experience, not from what other people say or from what it says in books. That's fantastic. Now, my rabbi has always reminded me that aging is an exciting anticipation of the consummation of life. After so many years, you've unlearned the follies of a lifetime, and you see through your own inbred self-deceptions in order to deepen understanding and compassion. So the second half of life is much more a completion than just the biological imperative. And since we're woefully schooled in the art of being, I have to say, l'chaim, to life. Yes, get out there. I've learned not to be solely defined by my physical body, my biology, my perceived gender, not defined by words like man, woman, straight, gay, trans, non-binary, but simply by the fact that I'm here at all. The I am. That's the thing to ponder. Now, I always say that I love the religious impulse, but I don't love organized religion. That's why the trickster stays alive in me, because if religious forms require reverence, the trickster ain't gonna do it. It sees through the bullshit, it sees through the pomposity, it sees through the hierarchy. And in all the teaching stories, the trickster always aligns themselves with the weaker animals as a team effort against the powerful opposition. And then the trickster learns to apply all the aggressive powers that it has for its own individual end, but it turns out to serve society at another level. So revise, revision, look at everything again in a fresh and new way. What do you revise? What it means to be human, what it means to be creative. We don't know the answers, but that's why it's so nice to be alive. We have a chance to explore, experience, and come up with something new. Intense fascination, the utter wonder of all creation. It's filled with glory, isn't it? Filled with beauty. Tragedy as well, there's no doubt about it, but that's part of what makes it awesome. The awfulness is also what helps make it awesome. It's as if creation said to human beings, welcome. Now it's our job to welcome back. Honor it, respect it. Now, in the Oriental tradition, those who use the phrase the Tao to represent the way, they say that which is not the way of the Tao will not endure. The motion of the Tao is to return, and the way of the Tao is to yield. So that's why you're not supposed to take any pleasures in winning any battles, because then you'll be finding gratification in the pain of other people. So our job is to silently fulfill and nourish all things, pass on with a constant flow, even to learn to be one with loss. Then even loss doesn't matter. That's real deep, isn't it? Anyway, always remind yourself at the end of these things to be aware of how you affirm anything. And remember, you can affirm negative things, because to affirm anything simply means to say it is so. So first, set your heart on the frequency that you want, remembering that the law of attraction will help whatever you put your attention to be more. And the more you realize that you don't have to work hard at being successful to what's important to you, to what you love. So find that passion, like Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss. And then, in order to plant those deep seeds into your own subconscious mind, relax yourself like a state akin to sleep, but you're alert, all effort reduced to a minimum. Then condense an idea, like a little memorandum, a brief phrase summed up. Crave it upon your memory, repeat it over and over again as if a lullaby, and you'll be surprised how your own inner mind has this marvelous power of know-how to help bring it about. Have a great day.